The topic is Balance of Payment presented by Akshata, MCom Final, MPM Government First Grade College, Karkala. Contents are Introduction, Accounting Principles of Balance of Payments, Valuations and Timings of Balance of Payment. Let's see Introduction. Any movement of money into or out of a country has to be accounted. The balance of payment is a system of recording such transactions. The balance of payment of a country is an annual record of all its economic transactions with other countries of the world. Economic transaction in the sense transfer of ownership of goods, services, assets, etc. It records such transaction between the resident of one country with the rest of the world annually. It is an important index which reflects the true economic position of a country, whether its currency is rising or falling in its external value. Suppose a country sells more goods and services to foreign countries than it buy from them. It has a surplus. This means more foreign currency come into the country than what was going out. This strengthens the local currency. If the opposite happen, which means more import than export, it weakens the local currency value. Thus, it plays an important role in rising and falling of external value of currency. Meaning, balance of payment is a summary record of economic transaction between businessmen, individuals, firms, government, or any resident of one country and the rest of the world during a given period of time. Summary record in the sense each and every economic transaction which is not only happens between the resident of one country with other country, it can also happen between businessman, individual, firms and government of one country with another. Definition. According to Kindler-Berger, the balance of payment of a country is a systematic record of all economic transactions between the resident of the reporting country and the residents of foreign country during a given period of time. In balance of payment, it systematically records each and every transaction between the resident of reporting country where the balance of payment account is going to be prepared in relation to its activities with rest of the foreign country. That may be import and export of goods and services, receipts and payment, investment, grants, borrowings, etc. Balance of payment includes flow of fund to develop the economy. When all the elements are included correctly in the balance of payment, it should be sum up to zero. This means the inflow and outflow of funds should be balanced out. However, this does not happen. Balance of payment statement of a country has a surplus or a deficit of funds. That is, when the country's export is more than its import, its balance of payment is said to be surplus. On the other hand, if the country's import is more than its export, the balance of payment indicates deficit. Let's see the accounting principles in balance of payment. The balance of payment account of a country is constructed on the principle of double entry bookkeeping. This means all the transaction will have a debit entry and a corresponding credit entry. Every credit entry has a plus sign placed before it, while every debit entry has a minus sign placed before it. The plus on the credit side generally means that money is being received, while the minus sign on the debit side indicates monetary payment. For example, if the resident of India export goods to resident of USA and receives foreign currency in return, the two related balance of payment entries are in the books of Indian resident a credit entry for export of goods, in the books of American resident a debit entry for import of goods. Balance of payment accounting differ from business accounting in one respect. That is, in business accounting, debit are shown on the left side of the balance sheet and credit are shown on the right side of the balance sheet. But in balance of payment accounting, the practice is to show credit on the left side and debit on the right side of the balance sheet. When a payment is received from a foreign country, it is a credit transaction. The principal items shown on the credit side, that is receipt side, are export of goods and services. If India export petroleum product to another country, say Singapore, The India receives foreign currency in exchange of petroleum products, which is inflow of cash or receipt of cash. So it is recorded in the credit side. Unilateral receipt in the form of gift, grants, etc. from foreigners. Unilateral transfer means one-way transfer of money, goods and services from one country to other in the form of foreign aid, gifts, grants, etc. Recently, India received foreign aid in the form of oxygen generator and ventilators from different nations, which is considered as receipt. Investment by foreigners in the country. Investment includes foreign direct investment and foreign indirect investment. Foreign direct investment is physical investment and purchase made in the form of land and building, machinery, etc. Foreign indirect investment include investment in stocks and bonds on which the foreign country does not hold a control. So the investment made by the foreigner to our country is considered as receipt. So it is record on the credit side. Official sale of reserve asset including gold to foreign countries and international agencies. Reserve assets are currencies or other assets such as gold that can be readily transferable and are used to balance international transactions and payments. It is used to finance the trade imbalances. Sale of such official reserve asset is recorded in the credit side. A transaction which result in an increase in supply of foreign exchange or decrease in demand for foreign exchange. Supply of foreign exchange comes through export of goods and services, the amount which foreigner invest in the home country. So, increase in supply of foreign exchange is considered as receipt to a country. Capital outflow. Capital outflow is the movement of asset out of the country. This occurs when domestic investors sell off their holdings in a particular country because of economic uncertainty in the country. Borrowing from abroad. When we borrow from abroad in the form of loans, the money comes into our country, which is considered as receipt. While payment to a foreign country is a debit transaction, the principal item on the debit side include debit side in the sense payment side are import of goods and services. If India import machinery from other country, there is outflow of currency to a foreign country, which is recorded in debit side. Transfer payment to foreigners as gift, grants, etc. If our country gives foreign aid and gift and grants to other country for construction or any other purposes, it is recorded in the debit side as it is a payment. Lending to foreign countries. Loan given by our country to foreign country, which is outflow of money, so record in the debit side. Investment by resident to foreign countries. A company or individual from one nation invest in assets and ownership of a company based in another nation. That may be for the purchase of technology and machinery. Such investment made by the resident of our country to the foreign country is considered in the debit side. Official purchase of reserve asset or gold from foreign countries and international agencies. Purchase of reserve asset come on the debit side. When we purchase reserve asset, we have to make payment to foreign country. A transaction which result in an increase in demand for foreign exchange or decrease in supply of foreign exchange is comes under debit side. Capital inflow. Capital inflow means the amount of money that comes into a country's economy from other countries within a particular period of time. These credit and debit items are shown vertically in the balance of payment account of a country according to the principles of double entry bookkeeping. That means comes one under the another. Horizontally, they are divided into three categories: the current account, the capital account, and the official settlement account or official reserve asset account. Current account means it records all the transactions related to goods, services, and unilateral transfer during a given period of time. Capital account in the sense it measures the changes in national ownership of asset. Official reserve account is a subdivision of capital account. It is the foreign currency and securities held by the government used to balance the payment from year to year. This is the balance of payment account of a country. Credit, which indicates all the receipts, debit, which indicates all the payment. Credits are shown on the left side of the balance sheet, debits are shown on the right side of the balance sheet. Current account include import and export of goods and services, receipt and payment of transfer payments. Capital account includes borrowing from foreign countries, direct investment by foreign countries, lending to foreign countries, direct investment in foreign countries. Official settlement account includes increase in foreign official holding and increase in official reserve of gold and foreign currencies. Balance of payment, valuation and timing. Valuation. It is suggested that market price be used as a basis for valuation of both flows and stock for compiling balance of payment and the international investment position to ensure consistency. Market price of goods and services stocks are important aspect while valuing balance of payment and ensuring investment position of the country internationally. IMF recommends the use of market prices defined as the price paid by the willing buyer to a willing seller, where the buyer and the seller are independent parties and the transaction are solely governed by commercial consideration. Market price is a price paid by the buyer of goods and services who is willing to buy the commodity from the willing seller, which means both the buyer and seller have a willingness to buy and sell the product, and both the parties are independent parties, and there must be a commercial consideration like price, quality, marketability, etc. Unless debit and credit entries for various transactions are valued at the same market price, the sum of all debit and credit entries in the balance of payment statement will not be equal and therefore will result in errors and omission. If the market prices differs while preparing balance of payment statement, there will be errors and omissions. Uniform valuation has to be followed, particularly because the credit and debit aspect are often derived independently from separate sources. Therefore, uniform valuation is necessary to eliminate such errors and omissions. In addition, balance of payment statement of different countries will not be comparable unless the two partner countries adopt uniform valuation principles for recording entries in their respective balance of payment statistics. Ideally, the price at which the transaction is put through should be considered for valuation. The price at which the transaction takes place is considered for valuation. It becomes difficult to compare the balance of payment of different countries if it uses different valuation principles. Same valuation criteria must be used so there will be no confusion while preparing balance of payment. Timings. Generally, there are four broad principles to determine the time of recording transaction, namely the accrual basis, the due for payment basis, the commitment basis and the cash basis. Accrual basis is an accounting method that records transaction when the ownership of goods or of an asset changes hand, regardless of when the payment is made or received. Due for payment basis is a payment method, the sum of money paid on the due date. Commitment basis is the way a commitment is recorded in the contract. Cash basis when cash is received. Since balance of payment is compiled on an accrual basis, the accrual accounting principle governs the time of recording for all the transactions. Under accrual accounting, flows are recorded at the time when economic value is created, transformed, exchanged, transferred or extinguished. For example, a company that uses accrual basis accounting records sales as soon as it sends an invoice to the customer, even if the payment is not received for such sales. When a country exports goods to a foreign country, the timing of transaction is recorded at the time it sends goods to the foreign country and receives invoice, irrespective of whether the payment is received or not. Accordingly, a change of economic ownership is recorded when ownership changes and services are recorded when they are provided. When the actual ownership changes, from the current owner to the new owner, at that time changes in ownership is recorded, and at the time of provision of services the change in ownership of services is recorded. When a change in economic ownership is not obvious, the change is considered to have occurred at the time when the parties to the transaction record it in their books of account. When change of ownership is not obvious, the time in which the transaction is recorded in the books of parties is considered. When services are provided within a discrete period, there is no problem in determining the timing of recording. That is, when the service is provided in different time period, there is no problem in recording such timings. However, when services are provided on a continuous basis over a period of time, example, construction services, operating, leasing and insurance services, there may be advance payment or settlement at later date, freight, insurance, port services, etc. If the services are provided in the continuous basis, there may be difficulty in determining the timing of recording. Overall, balance of payment is the sum of balance of current account and capital account. It includes all monetary transactions of the reporting country with the rest of the world. This is very important for a country to try and keep equal. If a country have a deficit, it has to borrow money, and if there is a surplus, if it is taken lightly, can actually lead to a deficit. Thank you.